What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
And once again, we're back at it to answer questions from you guys in another For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
And I got a question that is going to be asked to you guys before you guys get to ask your questions to us. And that is, did you know we're actually on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter? Because we are. Lately, I've been noticing a score of you guys coming over to the Facebook and Twitter pages. So if you guys weren't aware of, or if you guys wanted an invitation, this is our extension of our thanks to you. So you guys can keep on getting that One Mind Syndicate goodness outside of YouTube.
Yeah, we are way more active on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram than we are here on YouTube. So yeah, if you want to hit us up, just hit us up there. I'm surprised that Facebook is way more popular
me
than
too.
it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't think Facebook would be popular, but yeah, you guys are on it. Yeah. But regardless of that, let's go to our super thanks question, because we get to our super thanks questions first and always, and that is by Erock9. His question is, do Xenos know of Primaris? Do the Orcs, the Eldar, or the Necrons notice that humans are hitting a lot harder lately?
You're getting harder.
I am.
Yeah, for the most part, most other factions, sorry, the hounds are barking. Most other factions do notice that there are bigger, tougher orcs. Or
Space Marines.
Yeah. And the reason I said orcs is because I think of the orcs, like that species specifically goes towards the toughest of the foe or the enemy. And obviously a Primaris is going to be tougher than a regular Space Marine.
Yeah. The thing is with a lot of factions, they should care about the Imperium as a big major threat, but oftentimes, like, if you think about the Eldar, they're so, like, cocky, they just, humans, Space Marines, they're below us, like, we shouldn't even, like, associate with them.
Yeah, that is true. Like, it depends on the race, because obviously the Eldar, their arrogance won't really even, like, allow them to see, even though they're intelligent, so they can tell that, like, there's new stuff out. But Necrons also probably don't really care. Neither do Tyranids.
Right.
Dark Eldar, just like, ooh, cool, fun new toys. Bigger, harder.
New toys. Yeah. I mean, it's even with, like, humanity, like, they won't really notice, because for most humans, they think of Space Marines as like a myth, a legend. So to see them, it's really rare. Which is the opposite on the tabletop, because obviously everybody and their mama be playing Space Marines.
Everybody. That's everybody's go-to starting faction.
Yeah. Even if you don't play Space Marines, I know in some shape, way, or form, you've played Space Marines. You've collected Space Marines. You've read up on Space Marines.
Yeah, especially the starter sets. The starter sets always come with, like, some type of Nid and Space Marine.
Yeah.
Or Orcs sometimes, but...
Yeah, it happens.
Good question.
Yes.
Thank you for the super thanks. And like we said, if you guys want to, if you want your answer guaranteed, if you want your question guaranteed answered, hit us up with a super thanks. We really appreciate it. The next question comes from Brendan McBride. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on the new Alpha Legion? Are Alfarius and Omegon traitors to the Imperium, or are they loyalist?
That's interesting, because I've been noticing lately that the Alpha Legion has been getting a lot of love by the fans, the hobbyists. I don't know why. Is it because of the Horus Heresy, maybe?
Maybe a little bit more attention.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically the thing about the Alpha Legion is that you're not really certain on what allegiance they plead. Because honestly, when you're looking at them, they're chaos. They're found in the Chaos Codex. They're usually messing up the Imperium in some shape, way, or form. But there's always more to the Hydra.
Yes. And I think it's tied to any type of... chapter that is like on the line, because I feel like the Dark Angels are similar with the Fallen.
Yes.
People like just gravitate towards that, like, am I good, am I bad type of chapter. And I think like the story or the backstory of the Alpha Legion is very unique to most Space Marines in that they are secretive, like spies basically.
Yeah, they also have like camouflage or like some type of way to like cloak who they really are and they appear as something else.
Which is way better than like the Raven Guard, which is the Raven Guard is kind of this similar thing of like, oh, they can hide in plain sight, well, because they're a Primarch can do that.
Yeah.
But you feel like that's stupid. Like you're a Space Marine hiding.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Alpha Legion, it's like, well, no, they're the size of humans and they have that special cloaking.
Yeah,
device.
they're a lot smaller. The whole Alfarius Omegon thing is crazy. Like how would the Emperor or Erda in this case create a twin Primarch?
Yeah. I think it's always interesting that with traders, I hear their backstory and I get really into like what that faction is. So maybe there's been like more buzz around the Alpha Legion, so everybody's jumping on board. Because for a really long time, I hated the Iron Warriors, and then I read the backstory of Perturabo, and I was like, I love the Iron Warriors.
Yeah. The cool thing about the whole like Cabal, maybe they're working alongside the Alpha Legion, or maybe the Emperor had some type of secret plan with the Alpha Legion, and that's maybe how or why they're so secretive and double crossing and whatnot. But I think the cool thing about this is that we'll probably never know until like the end times.
Yeah.
Once Warhammer 40K, if some shape, way, or form becomes Warhammer 50K, maybe we'll get something.
Yeah.
But one thing that blew my mind is that they're the Alpha Legion, the 20th Legion, and in Nomen Numerals, it's XX, aka double crossers. Like, for as long as I was into the hobby and, you know, learning and reading and playing the game, that never crossed my mind until last year.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because then it's like, are they double crossing Chaos? Because they're Chaos. But then, like, once you go Renegade, you don't really come back.
Right. Or do you?
We're going to find out.
Yeah, because, I mean, technically one of the Primarchs is dead. Dorn killed one of them. Who it was? Was it actually a Primarch?
Technically. But, I mean, Sanguinius was not supposed to be in stasis.
True. We'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, and then you'll say, also, thank you both. Been a long-time fan of the channel. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you for the support.
We are Alfarius and Omegon. Boom, boom, boom.
I just gotta cut my hair, and then...
We'll look the same.
Juan Jose Mendivil. Is there a super jail in 40K or something similar confining dangerous things?
Yeah, of course. They're giant... Well, not giant, but they're just planets full of prisoners. They're called penal planets, and that's where penal legions come from.
Yeah. Also, I believe underneath the Himalayan mountains.
Oh, yeah.
They got some super jails that the custodies have vile creatures in there.
Even though during the, I think it was when Angron invaded Terra, a lot of them broke out. So now is it the White Shields? What are they called?
The shield hosts.
Yeah, the shield hosts have to go hunt them down.
Yeah. Which one of the prisoners was like prisoner number 11 or something like that. And everybody's speculating, oh, maybe it's the 11th, Primarch or something like that. So who knows?
What if it's one of the lost Primarchs? That'd be awesome.
That's what I meant.
Oh.
Yeah. The 11th Legion Primarch. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
This one's by Justice777. If a 40K character made a quest appearance in another fictional universe, who would you like to see and where?
Oh, that's an easy one. It's Vulcan, and he has his trinkets that you have to find. What are they called?
Oh, the Relics of Vol or something like that?
Yeah, so I think 3 are found, and then the other 4 or something like that need to be found. So, yeah, there you go. It's like a little treasure hunt.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What would you say?
Well, I think you answered the question in a different way.
Oh, what did you say?
Because I think you meant like if you could have a named character in 40K be in another IP, like in another universe.
And he has to go on a quest.
I think he meant, I don't know if quest was supposed to be the right word there, but that's how I interpreted.
Oh, okay.
So basically like a crossover between this character and another universe. For me, it'd be pretty cool to see, I want to say like Predator from like Alien versus Predator fighting against like an Inquisitor or something like that. Because Inquisitors, they're kind of like bounty hunters in a way.
Yeah.
Like they basically can do whatever they want. They have their own retinue. They got their own like augmentations and chaos, or not chaos, but like weapons that like you don't normally see. And to see how those 40K trinkets and characters would fight against like a known, warrior of the Predator race, whatever they're called, would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think a Space Marine in the Doom guy universe or in Halo.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
Because then we finally get an answer to, like could a Space Marine kill a Spartan? Or can a Space Marine kill the Doom guy?
Yeah, Doom guy.
This next question comes from Solve. Where is the shard of Khorne's armor that Skarbrand broke off? What properties would it have, if any?
So I believe you're referring to the part where like Skarbrand got tricked into hitting Khorne, and like nothing happened, and then Khorne just like backhanded him, and he went flying through the warp for weeks or something like that. As far as I know, I don't think he broke off a piece.
Yeah, no, not that I know of, no.
Yeah, so because honestly, that would kind of put the Chaos Gods on a weaker, like, power rating, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, like, as powerful that a Bloodthirster of Khorne is, I don't think they could match up anywhere to the point of doing that much damage to a god of chaos. I mean, yes, you could say it's almost like Khorne's hurting himself, because any demon that Khorne creates is essentially a power of himself,
right,
or a piece of himself. I don't think that's what happened. I may be wrong, they might have retconned it, but let's say if that was the case, what would you think that would be, or how would that be interpreted in the lore?
It would be a nullifier, for sure. Like, it would kind of like the brass collars that most of the dogs wear.
Yeah, which is just a relic that Khorne gives to his followers. Anti-psyker, like, I'm going to mind bolt you. Nope, nothing happens.
Yep. And then also very tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Then last question, this one comes from World777. What is your favorite Warhammer Fantasy character? Old World's coming back, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I never really dove too deep into that. Yeah, I don't think I have. I have one from Age of Sigmar, just not from Fantasy.
Who's your Age of Sigmar?
It would definitely have to be Lady Ollander. Which
she's
is
the vampire
like,
chick?
No, she's like the ghost chick with like the wedding dress, the veil over her face. Yeah, she was basically like trying to get married for power, and then Nagash was like, well, you tried to get power all your life, so I'm taking it all away from you. Yeah, there's more to it, but yeah, she cool.
Nagash is like another Chaos God, or is it just like
essentially, yeah, because you have like Sigmar, Nagash, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
that lore is like really interesting. We played for a little bit, but never got back into it.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it made more sense the way Age of Sigmar played on the battlefield than 40K, because 40K got a little bit too convoluted, and I feel like Age of Sigmar was more like
streamlined.
seamless, streamlined.
It helps when range doesn't really matter.
It definitely, yeah.
It's a whole nother like turn that you don't have to worry about, and then people are just getting close, and for some reason it feels more fun. Close combat always feels more fun.
I really enjoyed the way turns happen, where like you can essentially have 2 turns in a row.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost have to think ahead, like, oh, I could overextend and then get into a better position if I get that next turn.
Yeah.
Or you could put yourself in a really bad position.
Yep. Screw yourself over. And those were the questions for today. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions our way. Remember that if you want your question answered, Super Thanks is a guaranteed answer. If we didn't get to your question, ask again, we'll try. Or if not, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or any of those social media platforms.
That's right. And as always, guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for the questions, and we will see you on the next one. This has been The Sound Alchemist.
Kershwan.
And we are out.
Oh, if you could put my freedom